I wanna get real with myself and bring you along on the journey. Hey everybody, it's Dreya and welcome back to our channel. Thank you for being here. We've really enjoyed making videos for you guys, and it's been really fun to collaborate with the boo. That's been fun. So as you guys know, me and Tyler recently got engaged. So beautiful. I'm gonna cry. Don't cry, Dreya. Don't cry. So, with the engagement, kind of brought in all of these feelings, all of this anticipation for the future. And I really started to take a look at myself, look at the ways in which I really and truly haven't shown up for myself. Because, and the reason why I'm thinking this way is because, like when we're married and when we start a family, I'm going to be held accountable, I'm going to have to be held accountable as a wife, as a mother, as a friend, and there's different aspects of my life where I feel like I haven't really held myself accountable. Ever since I can remember, I've been pretty chunky yet funky, I always did sports as a kid. I ran track. I played softball. I even rode on a crew team, but I never seemed to be at a weight or at a body image that I wanted, I was influenced by the media and and friends that maybe were smaller than me. I was influenced by, my mom and my sister who have always been kind of on the smaller side, and I come out with ham hock thighs and a gut, and I'm just like, damn, what's wrong with me? It just seemed like my whole life I've been struggling this uphill battle with my weight. And it became a point where it caused anxiety, depressive thoughts. I just felt like everybody around me looked better than me, that I was always the fat friend. And I know some people will look at me and be like, girl, you fine, what's wrong with you? Just live your life, let it go. And I've tried to, and I've gone on journeys within myself to figure out how to love myself, and be happy in this body that God has given me, right? But it's been hard, you're on Instagram, social media, and you're seeing all these people, and you're just like, well, damn, I don't look like that, but maybe I could, and then you go on this crash diet. Let me tell you, I don't know how many times I've gone on a diet. I think I've been on diets since I was 12. I've put myself on diets. It's never been my parents saying oh, you too chunky, you need to work out or whatever. And so, I went on all these diets and my body never felt good when I was on them. But then I started losing weight. So I was like, this must be it. This must be how I need to feel. I need to work out like a dog, and eat like a rabbit in order to lose weight. But then when I did those things, I would feel so shitty, and then I'd eat, I'd emotionally eat. So, I'm an emotional eater. If I'm happy, I want something sweet. If I'm sad, I want something sweet. If I'm mad or upset or tired, exhausted, I want to eat something. And most of the time it's something carby and something sweet, right? And I guess I always knew that that was bad. I shouldn't be eating candy. I shouldn't be eating this and that. But I didn't know any other ways to cope with what I was feeling. I didn't know any other ways to cope with my stress, with my anxiety, with the shit that was going on in my life, other than like habitual like tactics that I use to make myself feel better. You know what I mean? So I remember like as a kid, and my mom can attest to this and my sister can attest to this, because we slept on a bunk bed and I was on the top. And you know, I would literally like sneak food, chips, candy, everything to my bed at night. And during this time, a lot was going on. And I feel like maybe that was a way for me to like have some type of control. Like, oh, you know, this shit is going on and I can't control that. But you know what? I'm gonna take these cookies and these chips and candy to my bed and I'm gonna eat these because I said so and I'm gonna do it. And so I took it to my bed and I would just like shove them on the side of my bunk bed. My sister would always say like,
all these snacks are just, all the crumbs of shit are coming down on the side of the bed, and I would find wrappers and everything, and I was just like,
dang. You know, at that time I was like 10, 11, 12, 13, you know what I mean? And I was just kind of like cultivating those habits so young because I didn't know how to cope with life, you know. I didn't know how to cope with things that I deemed negative in my life, so I kind of compensated with junk food. Even to this day, I have this really warped perception of food. I have this sense of anxiety that if people see me eat, they're gonna instantly judge me. Like if I'm throwing down and like in front of people that I don't really know, or even in front of like people I do know, even family, even, you know, whoever it may be, if I'm just throwing down and people are looking at me, my like the things that I think about are ridiculous. I'm just like, oh, if I enjoy this food, people are going to think I'm fat. People are going to think, oh, she just eating because she likes to eat type of thing. And I think it just stems from, you know, being kind of chunky as a kid, not being able to cope with my stress and anxiety around my body image, around everything that was going on in my life at the time. And then that transferring into adulthood, not knowing how to manage my stress and my eating habits, how to eat good foods, how to nourish my body correctly, and thinking about food in a very negative way, you know? It's like, okay, if I can't change my perspective around food, around eating, you know, if I can't change my lifestyle now and become a healthier, more diligent, more driven person, like how am I going to be able to do that for my family? This has always been an issue for me. Like from as long as I can remember, it's been an issue for me. And I've tried so hard to like not have fucking junk food in the house, not have junk food in the house. But then I would get in my car and go grab junk food. You know what I mean? And this constant battle that I have with myself. And it's just like, it's just too much, you know? And so I've never been able to just say, hey, I'm not going to do this and I'm going to stick to this lifestyle, this positive, healthy lifestyle, and really make a change within my body. I haven't been able to do that. And I'm just like, if this has been the longest lasting like problem that I've had that I haven't been able to overcome, like I need to make sure that, you know, I'm committed to my health so that I can be committed to my family. And you know, it's scary because, you know, I think about having kids and I'm just like, is my body healthy enough to carry a child? I don't know. And that's so scary to me. I told myself, you need to be better, not just for yourself, not just for vanity, to be skinny or whatever, but I need to change my lifestyle and the way that I look at food, because if I don't, I'm putting myself at risk. I'm putting myself at risk for all of these autoimmune inflammatory diseases that run through my family. And recently, I've kind of just put on weight, and I'm just like, oh, you know, I'm working out and I'm eating relatively well. Like, what's the issue? You know what I mean? But I'd still have those little habits where I'd sneak off and I eat something bad, sugary, that I know I shouldn't eat. And I'd be like, "Ugh, it's okay. It's like once in a while. I do this all the time, right? It's these habits that I started when I was 12 years old. But like my body is changing, and my body cannot handle these toxins that I'm putting into my body. And so now I'm kind of confronted with, you know, all of this inflammation in my body. Like I'm having these pains in my side, and I'm like, what is this? Like I've gone to the doctor about it. I've gotten tests done. I've gotten blood work done. At the end of the day, it was just like, well, you're overweight, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, I know. Like, this has been the story for I don't know how long. So tell me something else. And I think I was really waiting for someone to be like, oh, you have this, you know what I mean? For me to be like, oh, I need to make a change. And it almost felt like I was searching for that. I was looking for that, a doctor to say, this is what's wrong with you, for me to actually make the switch and make a change in my life. And when that didn't happen, I was just like, what else do I do? You know what I mean? And so I started kind of researching and trying to figure out what was going on. And, I kind of looked back at my like family history and instances of like autoimmune diseases. It kind of like clicked in my head, and I'm just like, the food that you're eating is inflaming your body, and you know it, but you eat it anyway because you're just like, oh, it can't be. It felt like I had a come to Jesus moment where I was just like, your body is inflamed and it's yelling at you and it's mad. And if you keep doing this, it's going to have such a negative impact on your quality of life, on your family, on everything. So I was just like, you know what, let me do some research. And I actually came across, like, I was watching TikTok and I was just like,
anti-inflammatory stuff.
And, I was just like going through like TikTok and stuff. And I came across these two girls who have a TikTok, and like they focus on like gut health and everything like that. And they recommended this book by Dr. Will Cole. It's called The Inflammation Spectrum. And I was just like, you know what? I've like read so many books about like dieting, blah, blah, blah. But this isn't like a book about dieting. It's about like finding foods that inflame your body and like taking those out and like really creating a program of like removing those inflammatory foods, and then reintroducing them to really figure out and identify what foods are actually like no-go for you. I knew previously that it was sugar and carbohydrates that inflamed me, but I kept eating them because I was just like, no way, because my sister can eat sweets, my mom can eat sweets, you know what I mean? All my friends would just like eat, and nobody had an issue except for me. And I was just like, damn, like, this can't be if everybody else is fine. But that's the thing. Our bodies are individual. You know what I mean? The way that I respond to a certain food is not going to be the same way another person does. So I had to realize for myself that, yo, dude, like, you really need to change it up because your body specifically does not want this. The inflammation spectrum, it really gives you some tools about what to eat, what to remove from your diet. It gives you this like 8-step process. So like you're gonna eliminate these 8 food groups for 8 weeks and then reintroduce them one by one to see what is actually inflaming your body. And so I'm excited to kind of go through this process to see really, because I already know it's like sugar and carbs, but like what else is really not the best for my body, you know? I'm lactose intolerant, but I still be eating ice cream and drinking milk and stuff with my cereals. So I feel like I have an idea of what is inflaming my body, but I think this exercise will really be beneficial for me to be like, your body just went into shock from eating these foods after not having it for 8 weeks. That tells you you're not supposed to eat it. Your body doesn't want it. Like, bye, girl. Like, we don't need you anymore. I've had these discussions with myself before. This isn't something new, and I know like I need to make a change. But I said, you know what? Let me use this platform that we have now to really like stick my foot in it. You know what I mean? Hold myself accountable. Me entering this new step of my life that doesn't just involve me anymore. I really need to put my best foot forward here. And that's why I'm on the whole internet. So y'all can help hold me accountable. And I can really feel like, man, I'm making progress. And I know things aren't going to happen overnight. My body's not going to be like, oh, thank you for not eating that cake and stuff for 2 days. I'm feeling so much better. No, it's going to take a while. And I think I'm prepared mentally prepared for that journey at this point. I'm really excited. So, welcome. Thank you for being here. Come along on the journey with me. It should be fun. I'm not sure what days I'm going to be like actually posting the vlog. I'm thinking Mondays. What do y'all think? Monday? Yeah, I like that. I like Mondays. As you winding down from a stressful day, you know what I mean? You're just like, how many per my last emails do I have to send today? And then at the end of the day, with your wine or your tea or whatever you have, you could be like, you know what? Let me just tune into Dreya's vlog because I know she's going through it too. Anyways, I cannot wait to go on this journey with you guys. I should be putting videos out weekly. And, you know, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I really would love to hear your stories as we go along on this journey. And yeah, we'll be back. Ow.